when everything that we've done so far comes together, hopefully in a good way. We'll see how. We're here at my polling place in Cape Coral. I believe we're not allowed to actually bring the camera into the polling place, but we'll bring the camera with us while we're standing in line. Hopefully talk to a few folks, maybe convert a few voters while we're waiting. Although it's hard to say. This is a pretty conservative district, pretty conservative precinct as well. But hey, you never know. My personal touch might count for something. Good? Good. Okay. Okay, just
check with the guy in the green vest. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Are you voting?
Yes, I am.
114 or 64?
64, I believe.
Then you get to walk right up to the guy in the green vest.
I'm on Hancock on this side. Is that 64 or is that 114?
That's North Fort Myers, right?
No, it's Cape Coral.
Then that might be 114.
No,
Okay.
the 64s are in North Fort Myers too.
They're in between, you know,
Yeah.
in
I don't have
between.
my ID card with me, so.
Or your voter. Well, you know, you're you
Probably
might
whichever
best
the
chance.
longer line is, that's probably the one I'm supposed to be in.
Well, this is Cape Coral. This is 114, and
Okay.
64 for the most part is North Fort Myers.
Okay, I think I might be 114.
Okay. I have a number you can call.
Yeah, sure. What's the number?
It's the Lee vote number. Are you ready?
If
Yeah.
you always come and vote here this month.
533-8683. The only difference is the line you stand in.
8683.
Oh, 8683. Yeah. It's going to be option. You can either do option 1 or 3.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep. I'm just an observer. I'm not a poll worker. So.
Oh, okay, no problem.
It's gonna be a big day for you, huh?
Holly, too far.
Did you get through?
No.
Nothing.
Yeah. Too many people gone.
Is that on that 877 number?
I can't get through that over my phone. Hey, Sarah.
Actually, today's a nice, relaxed day for me. I mean, all the work is over.
Yeah,
It's
all the
just
work is over.
Go vote, hang out, and have the after party.
Oh, it is? Oh. Oh, yeah, well, never mind.
3 is definitely not a good option on that one.
I have your snacks. You need to come over here. And you don't tell mommy no.
If you recall and you try 1, you'll have better luck.
Okay. I think this is the one that they've
114.
always polled is 114. Yeah, it's 114. It is 114 now that I think about it.
Okay.
Because this used to be just exclusively for 114.
I
and
believe
then-
so.
Yeah, and then they changed it. But that makes me look credible. So how's everything going today?
Everything's been going real smooth. We have poll observers inside, and I'm outside, so I'm staying at my 100-foot. Both parties have observers that are watching, and from everything I've heard, everything's going real smooth.
That's what I like to hear. Well, I'm glad you're out here.
Yeah, just making sure. Hi. Are you in 114?
How you doing?
Then you get to walk right up to that guy in the green vest.
Oh, okay.
114 or 64?
Alright, I'll call him.
Yeah, it is 114, because I remember. That's how you know on 64.
Do you live in North Fort Myers? Probably.
Oh, we can still do that. I can.
Can't guarantee
Grab a
it,
few.
but they'll send her back.
There you go. That's prepared. Damien.
Okay.
Go ahead and go up at the front of the line and get a shot.
Doing good.
Like
We're
of the
in-
line. I've ever gotten.
Yesterday, this morning, I picked up the paper.
So the do not call list doesn't pertain to you. Okay, you're
Well, I
off.
picked it up, and all of a sudden it came.
Check.
Yeah. Oh, I know what that
I
was.
put it in there. And then I
Well, you know,
checked
one of the
paper
things that's
and I
interesting
was
as a
sorry.
candidate is you get like you get the other side of that. You get all the companies that do the robocalls and everything.
Yeah.
You know, sending you emails and calling you. Not only do you get the robocalls from the candidates, but
Right.
you get the robocalls from the companies who want to do robocalls for
Right.
you. So.
And the dialers are supposed to be programmed not to call any
We haven't got any.
knockdown
We
numbers.
haven't got many
Yes, I'm not
calls.
100%.
I got a friend that works 7 to
I worked for a company. We used a dialer for collections. It's pretty interesting how it
Enough of
works.
those car warranty calls.
We also used it for advertising too. Program
They
it
call
to be about
regular,
anything.
every other day.
Yeah, it's interesting technology.
Yeah. Just computer software.
That was a real challenge.
Bob himself
My neighbor
spent
was 82
more
years
than
old.
any candidate ever has.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
doing those things do keep your mind going.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They
Well,
said, they said something about him not accepting public funding either.
When the weather last night said I was supposed to be.
yeah, well, originally he had said that he was going to accept
Yeah.
public funding if the Republican candidate did, and then he figured out he could make more money without it, so he backed out of that.
Hope it's not a hint.
That's one of the things that we figured out with me running is
I'll be
that
glad when it's
the amount of coverage that local elections get is so subpar.
Yeah, it's
Not going to be an easy job for anybody.
It's definitely the shadows of what's going on.
Yeah,
No.
well, you know, you have this big
I wouldn't
stage
want a job
managed,
personally.
you know, national publicity campaign that literally has, you know, thousands of people working on
Scary out
these
there. Very.
consultants and everything, and it's hard to compete with that.
I think about my kids
And the press mainly interested in selling. I should say the media is mainly interested in selling advertising time, rather than aren't actually covering
unless they
anything.
do away with Social Security. We're all
You
right.
don't know. I mean, you know.
I know in our race we had maybe 10 stories total in the news press. Naples Daily was a little bit better. We had maybe about 20 stories.
We don't have as much to write about that. We gotta put something on the page.
Well, there was one, her name was Leslie Williams, one good reporter. They actually assigned reporters, a single reporter to like each race. She was actually like showing up at all the events and everything.
What are you running for?
She was educated.
Congress.
fully support themselves going to school.
I'm Jeff George. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I should have brought one.
You had it in the car.
I know, I left it in the car.
That must be the other line up there.
Gonna walk past us or bring me a cookie?
They've been doing it as passion. You really can't keep throwing money at it.
We're at.
We don't have
We're at.
$100 billion to bail out these bids.
And the problem is, you know, they're starting to look at the next bubble that's coming up, which is a monetary bubble, and we got to take a look at our monetary system, because the big problem that we have is we have basically we have a monetary system that's based
That's a lot closer.
almost exclusively on debt. You know, the way fractional reserve banking works is, you know, for every $1 that's actually in a bank, they loan out about $33, $40 based on that $1. So right now we got a situation where we have, not only do we have all the debt in the actual banking system, but we have $500 trillion in derivatives, which are unregulated. Nobody knows how much they're worth. And put that in perspective. All the stocks and the bonds in the world are worth about $100 trillion. All the real estate in the world is worth about $75 trillion, and there's $500 trillion in unregulated derivatives out there. So it's a big time bomb that's just waiting to go off.
You should see our old.
Yeah, they just can't. You gotta hit it.
They walked out of there. There's groceries and everything.
Well, I mean, there are things that we can do. I mean, there's things that the government can do.
She wanted to sign up for
both parties signed it.
that I already had.
Obama
mine.
and McCain both signed it.
And
They
so
both
she
part
had
of
2
the
books to return, and she wanted to look because she's going to run over late.
And it's also, you know,
So she
goes
did it
back
all
to,
on
I
the
mean, in the late
computer, and
90s
the
when they
next day she
deregulated
had-
everything.
Yeah,
It was, you know, Republican-sponsored legislation that was
Well,
approved overwhelmingly
none of
by
it.
Democrats and signed by Democratic
And
presidents.
they
So,
said they didn't have her
you know, you have to get
down.
away from.
And she
Democrats
said,
want
"You
you
need
to
to
think
get your
it's
acts together down
the
there."
whole problem. They're just
There was
responsible for
197
it.
This isn't bad.
Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac was a creation of them.
Yeah. Well, that's a small part of the problem. That did
And that's
contribute
some
to the
of the
problem.
problem. I mean, the home loans. Yeah, people getting houses that just couldn't afford houses.
That makes it easy.
Because Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, most of the really bad loans that were going out didn't come from the government programs. They came from the predatory lenders. But the big problem, it's a bipartisan problem though, because they both backed all the deregulation.
What they felt would be more appropriate or not so appropriate.
There's a few
No,
percent
you
of
know,
the
it's
people.
like Gone with the Wind. I don't
No
know
party
if anybody-
affiliation.
No party affiliation.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm running with no party affiliation, because I want to get away from that whole Republican
A lot of
Democrat
people
thing.
are in business also
They
from
didn't have that.
in most cases. Dad used to make it really hard to be conservative.
Some of those dudes did.
When it was happening in the economy, he was a subprime lender.
I wrote Dr. Shabaka when I saw
You go from making a lot of money to making nothing, and just
and it's
Yeah. And it's, you know, I talked to this district. I mean, this district has a reputation for being a conservative district.
Yeah.
But I mean, conservative is kind of lost its meaning because,
Yeah,
you
no,
know,
Bush
I started on
spent
Brothers
like
Carrots
crazy.
one time, years.
I mean, things, a lot of
And I
he was
think
more
I
moderate
made
than
page
conservative.
10. I said,
A lot of the things he signed were wrong.
and then what was the other one?
I think the problem with Bush is he was an extremist, but he wasn't an extremist like the way that we traditionally define stuff. Because I mean, to me, a conservative is somebody who believes in fiscal accountability,
Exactly. Yeah.
believes in being pragmatic in foreign policy.
Doesn't spend crazy, run up the deficit. Exactly.
You know, most conservatives I know think the government should stay out of people's private lives and that we have to support the Constitution. You know, and all of those things, I mean, Bush was the exact opposite of.
We saw that thing on television.
Yeah.
Maybe about any of the
What do you say?
Pushing it too close.
Oh, you mean the school kids?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How did they get registered to begin with?
I didn't watch all of it.
The homes did it. I saw that last night. The homes, the homes where they were staying.
You can vote. You don't have to vote for every position on the ballot.
That's what he meant.
That's the law.
Let me tell you something about lawyers. 50% of them are at the bottom half of the class.
It's true. You can't argue with that.
Same thing with doctors.
Can't argue with that.
He's going back and forth. I'm like standing right by isn't so.
Well, like I said, you know, that's not too bad.
This is who I'm voting for. Dolly Parton.
Vote for Roger Clemens.
You guys.
Well,
get
they
to go
had
all
her
the way
on
up to
Jay
that
Leno's
end.
and asked her because we were up in Tennessee and they've got these vote for Dolly things everywhere. And she says, yeah, she says I couldn't do any worse than the 2 boobs they've got in there now. How true.
The lesser of two evils.
But which is that?
I'm sure at like 2 or 3 I'm fine.
An hour and a half late, and I'm sitting here going,
In the beginning, I was watching it on and then toward the end, I got some hard. I don't know if all they're doing is bad enough and play the new
It's kind of hard to vote for someone you don't have a legislative idea who either candidate is.
good line, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go quarter closing here.
Great. Where do you want to do that?
Just same place we did the opening.
Okay.
And that's it. I've voted. For me, this election is more or less officially. And that's it. I voted. For me, this election is pretty much officially over now. All that's left to do is have some chicken wings, have a couple Cokes, let some other people drink some beers, watch the election results, and hopefully be impressed by how I pulled off this amazing win.
Obama, that's a major sector. I want to go out to Taylor McCain. This one is right down this night. Williams is performing at the Hotel. Eventually, Senator McCain is going to be there. Let's listen to briefly to that word.
Indiana, McCain got Louisiana. Yes, that's not the surprise.
That makes you feel stronger that I did that. If you understand what I'm saying. I'm like, man, you gotta go. I mean, I don't care what you do. I would and the sun's gonna rise in my world tomorrow. And I'm still gonna be clean. And you ain't.
All the way in the back.
We start off with what had happened if like a regular guy ran for office, how would it go? Hey, what's going on?
You know how they have IRS, the taxes, the government hires people.
How's everything going?
Just as an organization.
Picture today, so I don't know a bit.
Well, looks like it's over. Got about 5,000 votes.
Nobody's allowed to see.
Not bad.
Like that, people know who you are.
That's true. He's got to find an office I can run for and win 5,000 votes. I knew I wasn't.
There's Ralph Nader, there's Bob Barr, there's like, and a bunch of other people, so they get some votes. Not a lot, but they'll get like 1,000.
See, like, they're talking about the individual states right now. Missouri's too close to call. Whatever the next state they were talking about is too early to call.
Louisiana?
No.
Louisiana's going to be McCain.
Yeah,
That's conservative country. So. Born and raised in the bayou. See, I'm just wondering how.
One of the things that makes you encouraged at the moment is nothing.
New Hampshire, you got New Hampshire, 55.4.
He proved the Democrats could win down here in Southeast Ohio.
Still won the game.
If he gets Florida, it's over. He just needs Florida. Because he's got California, that puts it 260. It's good to see you. We have a proposal for you. We're setting up kind of like a national organization, like a not like going out protesting and stuff. We're doing like a national little thing. We're in an office here in Southwest Florida. You might be the guy to run it. So it is something that'll bring in money and everything.
I may not be the Islamic Center, president of the Islamic Center in Naples.
Take it out. Well, thanks, sir. I appreciate you coming out.
Good to see you.
No problem. You were great support. You were actually one of the most helpful people in the community, so I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
It was really nice meeting you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Like she was kind of angry with me. She said, "Who's Jeff George?" She said, "How do I know you? How do you know him?"